In the remote corner of the Cincinnati mental hospital, there was nothing left but the pale moonlight to illuminate the old and empty ward. The window of the ward has been closed for years, blocking the sunshine and fresh air, leaving an icy cold and damp smell in the room. When night depths, the window opens eerily and a strange shadow appears. The shadow is not human. It has a humanoid silhouette but no features. Regardless of how you look, whether you glimpse it lazily or scrutinize it carefully, all you can see is a void of darkness. The chill and dampness become even heavier, even more profound. The shadow appears to be struggling, moving its weary body, and exploring every corner, as if searching for something. Then, in the blink of an eye, the shadow disappears without a trace. Only the suffocating cold air proves that it was ever there. Dr. Edward, the head of the hospital, a man deeply mired in the claws of science, became deeply interested in this mystery. He started to study this shadow, staying in the ward without sleep or food. He hoped to find the answers to his scientific research. His efforts, however, were in vain. The shadow seemed to be like himself, an existence outside of his observation and experiments. With white hair at his temples, on the verge of collapse, Dr. Edward leaned against the cold wall, staring aimlessly out of the window. Outside, the night was pitch black with only sparse stars standing the lonely cold. As another late night approached, the window bore the shadow once again. That night, Edward woke from his disturbed sleep with his eyes glowing weirdly, as if he had grasped something. He worked hard to drag his powerless body closer to the window. However, halfway there, his body went limp and he fell to the ground, staring at the window and the dark shadow in helplessness. In the darkness, Edward was looking at the window. He seemed to see the eyes of the shadow, which were cold and deep. The window was swaying as if it was floating. Edward's heart pounded and his throat tightened. He began to panic, yet he couldn't get up from the ground. Suddenly, the window closed with a bang and a gust of wind blasted the air. Edward woke up from the nightmarish scene, standing up tiredly, preparing to leave the ward. However, when he opened the door, he found himself still in the ward, with the gray moonlight on the window. Whether the window still bears the shadow is left to the viewer's imagination.